buddy. Oh, my controller died. It didn't die, it just stopped. Nope, it's being weird. Oh, this is bad. Come on, come on, come on. Is it dead? Why won't it stay on? Nope. Maybe it is on. Nope. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to use a different controller? Hold on. Yeah. Why is it not working? Tech issues. Every fucking time. I swear to God. Nope. Oh my God. I hate this. There it is. No. Yeah, is it not connected? Oh, wait. Yeah, it seems to have done something weird. Okay, give me a second. Oh yeah, it's like it's on a different controller, it looks like. Maybe it, oh wait, no, wait, I did it wrong. This is dumb. I'm sorry. I have to stick to, I guess. This is exciting. We're playing Kingsfield. Yay! I'm sorry about that. Okay. Oh, okay, it works now. That's great. Oh boy, that was dumb. That was dumb. I'm sorry for that. I mean, if we're off to start that great, that means this is gonna be a good stream. Uh, Anywho, I vaguely remember where I am. I was in a new place that killed me. Oh yeah, that's right. I found that teleport thing too. Means I have to do push-ups. So because I rewatched the stream and I ended up in the acid pit, and I realized that, or the poison pit, and there was no way out, and I ended the stream. So I didn't do push-ups. So I gotta do push-ups. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm up. I'm back. Who's here, by the way? Because I see LUT, Loot, was here, but they were early, so I don't know if they're still here. And I'll take a moment to check my map. Oh right, yeah, there was the spiders. Okay. So I'm going to, yeah, so it's map 53. Okay. Okay. Let us go and hope it goes well. I might have to kill some spiders again, but oh well. That is not the right way. So yeah, what's been up with me? I guess, I did post a channel update. Is this? Maybe I'm misreading my map. Hold on. That's where I came in from, I assume. Oh, then in that case, that's where I came, because right, I came down like stairs. So maybe just go across the bridge. And what did I expect they do like the joke? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's. I know there's gonna be giant spiders. That'll be fun. Probably more Witta snake people, which I'm just gonna call them. I don't know if they have names in Dark Souls, but like after going through, you know, the Witta Palace and their trap-filled. This is the right way. And their trap-filled shit. You know, I just feel like they're Wittas. Like that's you know, it's a Kingsfield 4 reference. Earthfield is definitely my most used spell in this game. Treasury. Okay, I did go into the treasury. That's right, I remember, because that's where there were those like spikes, the spears in the wall. Hi, Titania. How are you? But yeah, so for non-patrons, I did post a channel, or I posted a channel update for patrons. But because basically what I kind of talked about already is I'm planning on playing Utawa Mono, to hopefully hopefully reading a whole visual novel trilogy in Japanese will like help me get to the point where my reading speed is radically increased, because I want to be at the point where I can like read the average like sentence or grammar no problem, but obviously vocab is going to take a lot of time because there's a lot of words in any language, but also in Japanese. I remember this place. I'm just gonna skip you guys maybe. And then, oh yeah, this is the giant spider room, I think. Yeah, this is the giant spider room. So I will not be surprised this time. Unless that happens. Oh, did I walk into the fire? Yeah, I walked into... I'm dumb. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, that's my plan. And then hopefully, like, I don't know how long it'll take me to read a whole visual novel trilogy in Japanese when, I just like, cause what I have been doing so far, like one of the big pieces of advice is to do something you're interested in or excited for. And, I and for that, honestly, the thing I'm going through that I'm most interested in is definitely Idle Creek here. But the issue with that is that's ongoing. I'm already caught up. I've already done as much as I can do. Right? Like if I had 50 episodes of Idle Creek here in front of me right now, I would be going through that as quickly as possible because I like the show a lot. It's really fun. I love it. This guy's gonna fucking kill me. Okay. Maybe if I'm gonna snipe him with spells at a distance, maybe don't use shit spells. Cause like so to talk about some other things I'm going through. With like One Piece I like a lot, but it's also like I've gone through the story so many times that watching through the early episodes, a character will literally say a line, and I go in my head I'm like, I know what they just said in English because I'm so familiar with the Viz translation that I don't need to know, like I don't need to like look into the line more in Japanese to understand it better because I already know what they're saying just from like what Japanese I do understand, and again my English understanding. Okay. So it's maybe not the best for learning in that way, especially because I did art, like not only have I read the early volumes so many times, but I read the most, I rewatched it starting in 2023 anyway. So it's like, I don't know, again, it's like, yeah, and then what else did I go through? And I'd say Animal Crossing was actually really good, but then I lost my save file. So it's like, well, that's unfortunate. Like, I can't do anything about that. I just really don't feel like starting a new game in either City Folk or New Leaf, which would be my next one. Okay, there you are, you bitch. I did fucking whip. Oh, I got you, bitch, in the fire. Oh, can I not? Are you like... You know what? I'm just gonna let it go. I'll take it. Anyway, why I said speaking of Voodoo, have you? Oh, yeah, Well, see, because this was the, I mean, no, because I felt like, hold on, I'm trying to remember, because, oh, that's right, because, okay, that was, I was started thinking about the most recent One Piece chapter, but this was actually like, you were talking about the last chapter before that, which had Shanks in it, and, in the flashback, and then, Uta is part of Shanks's crew, I guess, that was, but, like, because I hadn't read the chapter yet, so I wasn't sure. And I know people were getting excited about it, so I wasn't sure what to be excited about. And well, in my head I was like, does fucking Uda show up? Isn't she dead? um, uh, but yeah, I mean, that's anime canon. Manga canon can be different, but still, I was like, yeah, okay, good. It was because Shanks showed up. Okay, that's fine. We're good. I just because yeah, again, I haven't read the chapter, and I was just wondering if I'd been spoiled, but I hadn't, so we're all good. I didn't really get spoiled into anything. I mean, Shanks did show up, so I was able to infer that, but it wasn't a big deal, I guess. I mean, it's like we kind of knew he was there at that time already, because he's tied to Loki, who's gas. This is like it's like we're in like a nested flashback right now, which is kind of funny, kind of like how we got Doflamingo's flashback during Law's flashback, so now we're getting Loki's flashback, but we're also getting King Harold's flashback, so, yeah, that's funny. And yeah, I guess to spoil current One Piece stuff and talk about that, not the newest chapter, but the one before it that I guess had everyone really excited. At present, I don't think Loki's going to join. I'm not saying he's never going to. Oh, this is the way I need to go to get that key. Because like I think that because I remember hearing that people were super. Oh, have you ever trying to correct yourself? I don't. Probably. I feel like if you go into the Nen show, I've probably spoiled Mathos a couple times. There were definitely times where like she would say something and I couldn't say anything. Because if I said anything, it would be like potentially spoil her. Like I remember we finished the Emple Down arc and we were going into the war episode, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this imagery of Ace going into the execution platform reminds me of Gold Roger," and I was like, "You don't," in my head, like, or even in Alabasta, she mentioned how she just thought it was funny that Ace had a tattoo that was crossed out, and in my head I'm like, it's meaningful, so but I can't say anything about it yet because it's like it's a spoiler. But anyway, about the because yeah, anyway, so in the chapter before last, Luffy asked Loki to join the crew, and I know I saw one person who posted that page and was like, wow, I didn't see this coming. Because at present, okay, so here, let me explain why I don't think. Okay, so I mean, first off, is I kind of agree with like Sanji and Zoro's reactions with just like logistically, it just doesn't make sense for Loki to join the crew because it's like, okay, I guess he's got to be on this fucking tiny ass ship, like he's got to be on the Sunny, right? That said, a way around that I did think of that might be really funny. So if you what the fuck is that? I don't think I want to cross that. Do I have to do something first? Oh no, there's a giant there. Yeah. This feels very dangerous, so I don't know if I want to cross that, or do push-ups yet. But anyway, so yeah, logistically, it's just like there's oh yeah, the way I thought, because they mentioned there's the forbidden devil fruit that Loki ate in Elbaf. And I thought it was really funny. The idea that I thought is what if it's a forbidden devil fruit? Because okay, so Sanwan Wolf has the mega fruit, I think, which makes him really big. So what if the forbidden Elbaf devil fruit is the mini fruit that makes the person who eats it really small? And Loki can just become normal size. Like I thought about that, and I just thought it was really funny. And I don't think that's the case, because I mean, it's just a very One Piece joke because it's very fucking stupid, right? What are you doing? Um, Ow. But it's just, you know, and people would be mad, I think, because I think people are hoping Loki has like some really cool devil fruit, and that's definitely not very cool. Um, but if Loki joins, he has to have something that can do that, I think, because okay, now Oda has to draw all the cover spreads and Loki's on them. Like Jinbei is already pretty big, right? And like that. Just think about the blocking for a second. Think about how the way he has to compose a page with all these characters already, and now he has to do it now with Loki, and Loki's just fucking huge. Like every spread is just gonna have like some piece of Loki, like in his head and some other like, or everyone's on like it's just he's got to be small. Like it doesn't work. He just can't. It just doesn't work. um, and then so that's the part that's not really a big deal, I think, is that both becomes kings and join the Loki joining Hajurin, because like right now they're sort of like at odds. You know, they're half brothers. They're you know, Hajurin wants to become the king of giants, and Loki is, you know, a contender, like because he's the pureblood, he's the legitimate heir, and Hajurin's the illegitimate heir, but he, you know, like, yeah. So I feel like exactly like that's where that's gonna go, like, or that's where Loki, he'll be an ally, but he won't be a. Are you really okay? I see what that's okay. I'm supposed to come down, right? Because I think people are definitely getting excited if they think Loki's going to join the crew, because yeah. So logistically, that's one problem that would need to be solved. That definitely can be solved, I think. The other one is, I mean, obviously, it's like we're still in his flashback, but it's like motives and dream, right? Where it's like, which in fairness, Jinbei doesn't have like I don't think he's really solidified his dream. Like I think he wants what's best for the Fisherman people, as you can see through his actions. Like, and he thinks that like Luffy, you know, like Luffy already helped Fisherman Island, so you know, I can understand if he thinks that there's a way that like, you know, Luffy specifically can like, it's just better for the world, and he's right, you know, but I don't remember, you know, he doesn't have a specific, I'm gonna helm the ship that breaks to the end, like, you know, I don't think he said something like that, right? So it's not like a requirement to have a clear motivation, but like, in particular, right now, he literally just does not want to join the crew. He says, fuck you. And he, even just think about like character contrast wise, he's very much like Luffy already. So it's like, I don't know that the crew needs another Luffy. And the other one is that, the other contrast that I really got out of this newest chapter was actually I thought of him compared to Orochi and Ace, in that like his birth is basically a curse, right? Because with Ace, he was the son of Gold Roger, so everyone hated him. Like, oh man, if Roger had a son, I wish I could stab his eyes out myself, right? Like they're all very like hateful towards Ace. Even though they don't know this kid, they don't even know that Roger has a kid, right? Like he was cursed by his blood. He hated himself. He wanted to surpass Roger, so he was also trapped by that blood. So it's just like, you know, just it was rough for him, right? And Orochi, he, like, you know, he was ostracized and hounded by the other 5 clans of Wano, literally just for his grandfather. Like the rest of the family, as far as we can tell, didn't do anything wrong. They were just killed by being related to the grandfather Kurozumi, who you know, did some bad things, and then they're like, we're gonna kill this whole, we're gonna fucking genocide this entire family, right? And so Orochi's like, obviously his hate is, you know, like he's fucking terrible, but like, you know, again, especially considering the contrast with Ace, where it's like he was cursed by his birth, and then he just proceeded to be very, like, he just went in a very dark direction with it, basically, and did horrible things to the whole country. And especially, as I pointed into my video, that includes Tama, who is also a Kurozumi, whose family was also killed, her parents, like, and she was also a victim of Orochi's rule, of Kaido's rule, right? So it's like, Orochi was cursed by his bloodline, but he made absolutely no efforts to actually protect the rest. What the rest of his, like, you know, Kanjuro was a tool, right? To be used, but for his ends, right? Like he basically, in a way, I guess you could say he, like, you know, he was cursed by his blood, but then he doesn't help his blood at all. He had just rejected everything. This is sick. Hell yeah. This is probably Serax key. Yeah, that's the one I need. Look at, yeah, hopefully this is good shit. So to go back to Loki is like, you know, he was like bro's fucked up. Bro's got some damage, and I don't know how he couldn't after, like, literally just what little we've gotten of his backstory so far, where it's like, oh yeah, his mother went, wow, you have bad eyes. I'm gonna throw you into hell. Like, bro, that's no. Oh god, his hand reaching up and grasping nothing, like never knowing the touch of his mother. Like, dude, what? This is just, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see where we're going with this. Yeah, hell yeah, better armor. Oh, cause yeah, my shit's fucked up. That's why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I got it, the enchanted armor was great, really good, but now it's not, because it's all messed up. No, all my gloves are messed up actually. Oh, I keep doing that. Demon legs. Oh, okay, so yeah, high defense in exchange for mobility. I don't know if I want to do that because I like being able to move. Little bit shrinking. Oh yeah, Vegapunk could do something. That's true. The mini fruit being the forbidden fruit of the giants would be funnier, admittedly. But you know, I again, it's not like this is the reason that Loki's never gonna join the Straw Hats. I'm just not gonna be. Look, I've been in fucking Straw Hat Discord, like who's gonna join the Straw Hat Discord since I got into One Piece, because the first arc I read in One Piece was Water 7/Enies Lobby. Like, fucking, we already had the Frankie flashback, and people were like, I don't want this guy to join the crew because he's lame and sucks. I want Polly to join the crew instead. Like, this was actual discourse that we were having back in 2006. Like, bro, just no. Just Frankie's good. Shut up. You know, and so it's like it's just gonna be bad until it literally, like, fucking when I was in the podcast, it was fucking best guy ever hating on Jinbei and Whole Cake Island. You know, like, Brooke's been, I guess, the only like no issue Straw Hat, I guess, because, and especially because like the whole thing with like Davey Backpack to Water 7 is Oda really wanted people to be guessing as to who the Straw Hat would be. Like, that's why he introduced like all these funny Carpenter characters, like the Galileo Foreman, and because he wanted the audience to be like to wonder who the Straw Hats were, who the next one was going to be. And then we get Brooke, and he's just like, you want to join my crew? Like, Luffy just meets him, and within 2 seconds he's like, you want to join my crew? And Brooke's like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Like, he's such a bro about it, you know. And you know, so he went the opposite direction, where it's like it's no fucking stranger that Brooke's gonna join the crew. It's just a matter of getting his story to that point through Thriller Bark. You know, and then since then we had the times like Jinbei. There's like 500 chapters between fucking Brooke joining, and like Brooke joined before we saw Jinbei, and then it was another like 500 chapters before Jinbei joined the crew. And the funny part about Jinbei, for those who don't know, there's actually like an old beta image of the Straw Hats floating around that has like Usopp looks more like a generic pirate. Frankie's particularly different. The Klabrutamon was actually a crewmate at some point, as in the Going Merry Klabrutamon. But it was also more fish-like. There's I saw that one years ago. But there's a newer version, well, not a newer version, the true version of it that has a prototype Jinbei on it. Oda had Jinbei as a crewmate in mind from the very beginning, like from chapter 1, right? So so just knowing that and thinking like, holy fuck, Oda, like the Fishmen as a race were introduced into the series, or at least Jinbei, because of Jinbei is he's the guy, right? Like, he's the Straw Hat. He's the reason we have this whole aspect of the setting, you can argue, right? Because this guy was planning to be a Straw Hat from the beginning, and you know, so like obviously I feel like, you know, the fishmen are so important to his story, and the world is of One Piece, right? So anyway, like just yeah, and then just like the fucking patience to be able to introduce this motherfucker in like chapter 70 before we go into Arlong Park, and Yasaku's like, oh yeah, Jinbei, the warlord of the sea, like Mihawk, and Arlong's boss, the bigger, badder Arlong. But it's like, no, Oda's already thinking, yeah, he's gonna join the crew. I mean, maybe. No, I don't know if they had the prototype art had the name Jinbei on it, because it's possible that because the silhouette's really different from the prototype art. So maybe he did plan for the Jinbei to be the warlord to be a separate character, but then decided to combine them anyway. I needed to go over that again. But anyway, more about like Oda's had this in mind for so long with Jinbei that like, but he's also had Luffy say, "I want 10 people on my crew" at the start. So oh no, not Shanks. So I want to go into Yamato for a second, actually. I was getting to Yamato because right now, like Loki as a Straw Hat would be really interesting. These looks like trapdoors. I don't know if oh wait, these are. I think I saw this in the strategy guide because I think that's wind and earth, and this is water, or maybe that's wind and fire. Yeah, that's definitely fire and earth. It's wind and water. So like, cause this is circular. It could be wind or water, but unless those are bubbles. Yeah, I think this is water. I think I have to hit them in a certain order, but I don't remember what that order was. Yeah, this is definitely wind. Okay, so I have to find the clue that tells me what order to hit them in, and then hit them in the proper order. Okay. Do you think Yamato will fall in the Odin and join Shanks before? Well. So I had this theory a while ago. I forget when I mentioned it, but I thought it was really funny. Because like that's the thing is Oda does like, you know, well I guess it's, well specifically the thought I was actually thinking of is I was thinking about how because the translation uses the term self-style, right? So Yamato self-styles after Odin. He has, you know, styled his whole identity after Odin. I remember that phrasing came up another time. There's another character who self-styles as another character. Edward Weevil, self-styled son of Whitebeard, right? So I remember thinking about like, what if, because last we heard about Weevil, he had protected. Oh, I know where I am. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the other side. Nope, I gotta go. Okay. Okay, well. Wait, did it? I thought it was getting pushed. Okay, it was getting pushed. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow, it's fast. Damn. I assume it only triggers when I open the walls? Or the doors? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's not as hard to avoid as I thought. I just wasn't looking up. So anyway, my theory is that Yamato's cover story, so right now he's literally adventuring on Wano because he wants to, Crystal Vial, heck yeah! Because he wants to follow Odin's footsteps, and Odin did a lot of adventuring around Wano for a while because he wasn't able to leave. Or obviously Yamato can leave, but is deliberately, you know, again, following Odin. So thus the next step before Yamato joined, because Yamato literally said, I want to join Roger's crew, and that's Luffy. Like, Yamato is literally the only character, aside from, like, Shanks, who knows that Luffy said you know, or that has the same ambition as Roger. There's so much treasure. This is, how much money oh, look at the money, holy shit. Right, so, you know, so he so, you know, he knows that, you know, so yeah, that's his little goal, is to join Luffy's crew, following the footsteps of Odin, and yeah, so I think he's gonna like find out about Weevil, and then he's gonna go, I want to join Whitebeard's crew before I join Roger's crew. So I have to break Edward Weevil out of prison and join his crew so I can leave his crew. And I think that I thought of that idea. That's really funny. I think he's gonna do that because like Weevil's already been established as an ally, I think. At least because it's like I mean, there's still Bakian who obviously she's she's had the Vegapunk. Like I think we're gonna get like I don't know when it's gonna be, but like because the Caesar Judge we had the Germa cover story. Why won't this one open? Oh, that's opens from that side. Okay, thanks. Is this a switch? Yeah. Oh, that's like it looks like the air travel. Also, I can't see shit because of the what's it called? The darkness. So does this heal stats conditions? No, it does not. Unfortunate. Okay, I'm glad you agree that it's funny because I thought about it. I was like, wait, because it works because like so it brings Bakken and Weevil back into the story. It brings Yamato back into the story. It allows Yamato to like honestly I thought that was what the cover story might have been, but I guess it's too important to or because like again Weevil's been a character, Oda's been cooking like if he has a character around for a while at this point in the story, like if they come back it's going to be a big deal, right? Like Elbaf, right? Like Elbaf literally has like it's tied to the Void Century. We have the Harley, we have the now we have fucking Emu, we have all this shit going on, right? Like Elbaf has been built up. So like Wano, let's put it this way: Wano was a massive arc, right? And he'd been building up to it since. Oh hell, this must be what I'm looking for. Earth, water, fire, then wind. Earth, water, fire, wind. Earth, water. I'm gonna write it down in chat so I don't forget. Because I will forget. I won't post it yet because I don't want to be because it might be confused. But hey, okay, I found the clue. I should have. I'm pretty sure I have spells for each. So yeah, hell yeah. I just need to find my way back there. But anyway, so yeah, so I think that's it because I'm curious as to how that would work out, I guess, like just structurally, because like Oda said we're in the final part of the story with Luffy, which again Luffy's gonna fight and defeat all of the emperors. Was it down below? No, it's right here. Okay, so okay, oh no, this is not it. Yeah. Okay, I think it was down below. So it's just like again in my head it's like he wanted to be done in a few years, but obviously like he it's not happening. He's not gonna be able to do that. So I just like it's just I can't. It's hard for, even now. Like I remember like at Wano we were going after Egghead and Elbaf we were going to Elbaf and it's like what's gonna happen with the rest of the story, and it's like man I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Time isn't real. Oda's like because yeah like how does this arc happen with Yamato freeing Weevil, coming back, like Judge, because I was honestly thinking Caesar and Judge might come into Egghead, like because that's the Vegapunk arc, right? So if that makes sense for there to be those two there, right? No, this is just that room again. Where was that chamber? Oh, thank you, Titania, I appreciate it. I already have it written down in my chat box, but no, I do thank you for looking out and helping me memorize the clue. I think was this it? Yeah, I think this might have been it. Here, yes, we're here. Okay. Yeah, no, because like okay, like if we start first month. Let me do this puzzle real quick. Then I'll talk about like the rest of the series. So upheaval. Okay, first is. Mother Earth. Wrong button. Did it happen? Yeah, I have less magic, I think, so I'm gonna think that it absorbed the spell. Then water. Nope, wrong way. Volcan. Oh, that's wind. Oh no, I had to. Water would be one of those. Okay, so water would be over here. I believe. No, that's air. Moisture. I feel like that's water for sure. Endure fire. This is definitely water. So yeah. Okay, that worked. All right, the spell cast. Water. Then it was fire, air. So wrong button again. Okay. And then air. Did I do it wrong? Am I supposed to cast it somewhere else? Like on the... I thought I... Because I... Okay, let's try that one more time. Do I have to cast it on like... I'm going to look at my guide and see if I have to... That's true. Elboth could jump around. Because, yeah, like... Oh, do you think Luffy had some of it gone during Chimera Ant? Yeah, I think Luffy has, like... I think one difference between the two you have to remember is that Luffy dealt with death, like... I mean, like, from Sabo, right? Like, he, as a child, lost Sabo. So he's already had this experience with, like, grief that Gon hadn't, right? Like, Gon has... Well, I guess no, that's not... No, he did... There was the bear cut, the animals, but I guess it's also not a human death, and it's not, like... Like, Kite was super important to him, right? You know, so... So and then yeah, like Titania mentioned, there's also like Ace and the Straw Hat separation, which obviously they didn't die, but he didn't know they weren't dead until he you know, was in the air flying, and it was like, oh, they must be alive, and they landed on Lily, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I guess, I mean, I feel like, yeah, the closest we'll see is when he sees Akainu again, Sakazuki, because, like, that's literally the person who killed Ace, right? But he also isn't, like with Gon, it's like, once Kite was killed by Pito, Gon was like, well, actually, I guess, yeah, like, a big part of his motivation was, in that arc, was bringing Kite back, finding a way for Pito to bring Kite back, and, you know, that he was literally willing to kill Komugi over it. Like, this girl he doesn't know, this fucking innocent, sweet, precious life that he doesn't know, for the sake of maybe seeing Kite again, right? So, but with Luffy, I think he's, you know, like, I mean, he has the attitude of, like, you know, if I die, I die, and obviously he wants to protect the people he cares about, so I'm looking through my guide just trying to see what it says about casting the spells about it, you know, so, I think he'd maybe like be mad about Sakazuki, but I feel like if you fight Sakazuki again, it's not going to be about Ace. It's going to be about Sakazuki being Sakazuki, being a piece of shit, being in the way of endangering the people he cares about, right? Not a vengeance thing, you know? Like, I don't think Luffy would, like, Luffy's just especially at this point in the story, you know, 1,000 chapters in, I just think he's like most of his development's done. He's pretty put together as a person. Like, he's like, I think with Wano, he really overcame, like, he's circled back around, right? He's able to enjoy life again. He's able to trust his crew. Like, he's not sacrificing himself to avoid them dying out of fear for their loss, right? You know, so like, he's just in a really, we're gone, I think, is like, I don't know how much longer Hunter x Hunter has to go, but especially with Chimera Ant, is like, you know, he clearly has had things he hadn't experienced in his life that he just had to grow through. So, but yeah, I don't know if we'll see that, because I don't know if the story needs Luffy to run into Sakazuki again, frankly. But anyway, let me try just. Okay, I can't find it. I'm gonna try searching mother. Nope. Okay, that didn't work. Sorry. Earth's not that much. Okay, yeah, I typed Earth. This is gonna take a while. So. Oh right, because yeah, Earth full. Oh, that or okay, here we go. Good. There's large form could take form. Press them. I don't want to talk about it.
be stupid. That's it. That's the whole comment. Okay, is that all I got? The Ring of Wind? No, Ring of Wisdom. Increases magic power. Wait, the forest. Oh, Forest Folk King. I remember. So if I quit, so there was that golden teleporter. Was it in the fireplace? I think that it was like if you have to have like be one of the Forest Folk or be a king to use this. I might be able to use that now, maybe. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on that. And yeah, so because like but anyway, so like, because again, going back to Vegapunk, like Vegapunk's here on Elbaf. That, so from that, like, okay, so what's unresolved with Vegapunk, so yeah, Judge and Caesar want to come. And then Yamato, Weevil, and Bakken could also, like, obviously, except for, those were the spirits, yeah. As obviously, aside, like, Queen's the only one who, like, last we saw, he was being captured by Ryokyugu. So it's like, he's out of commission for the time being. Like, clearly some of the small fries have escaped. Like, we've, obviously, Ulti and Page 1 are in Yamato's gang now. Like, that's more Ulti. I appreciate that. I'm kind of curious as to, like, I mean, maybe, because again, Yamato, like, of the character, going back to what started on this conversation like, is Loki joining the Straw Hats? Which my answer is, like, maybe. I just don't see it yet because we don't know enough about Loki. That's really it. We are very lacking when it comes to, like, especially, like, the biggest things are, we need to know, like, his motive and his goals, and, like, especially, like, how do those align with the Straw Hats? And logistically, how do you make he has to be small. He has to find some, like, Titania suggested Vegapunk making a thing to shrink him down. I suggested that the forbidden Elbaf fruit is actually the mini devil fruit, because I think it's funny that they have locked away this horrible fruit that makes the giant small when they eat it. But anyway, and I guess the other thing about joining the crew that I was thinking about was, okay, where am I going now? Let me think. So I got a cool ring, so I can try going back to the fire. How do I get back there? It was an annoying path, I think. I don't know if it's even worth it to go back there, because it might not even work, frankly. But I was gonna say about Straw Hats joining. Because I finished rewatching Syrup Village, and this time I watched. Well, okay, I had already previously watched it in mind with Shade. Oh, I can take this guide stone. I don't need this here. I don't think, because I remember taking it because it felt like a good, like, center point, but I don't even know where this is, frankly. So I'm gonna consider taking it and getting another teleport somewhere. Like, the guide actually recommends putting one by the dwarf, the craftsman dwarf. So that you can teleport back to get your equipment that he repairs. Because what I want to try. Oh yeah, I know where I am. That's that way is where I came from, the center room, because that's the raised. So I really don't need this, because if I want to come back here, I can just walk. But what I do want to try and find is the fireplace, so I can find that gold teleporter and maybe use that. And it did just save, so I shouldn't lose it. Anyway, so yeah, because I don't know what's gonna happen with Ulti and Page, because obviously they're not gonna join the Straw Hats. That doesn't work. What are you doing? You just fell, idiot. But anyway, and I guess I really thought about it this time. Maybe I know what got me thinking about it. Because anyway, so Shaves had the idea. He talked about it on Piss Pirates that the story's gonna end with the Straw Hat crew breaking up in the same way that the Usopp Pirates broke up at the end of Surf Village. And my thing about, like, I understood that and I thought about it, but I didn't really, like, think about it for more than that. And I think especially what what really, like, made me start thinking about it was actually just, like, I mean, probably because Usopp is Damn it. Okay, I should have known. Okay, well that was dumb. I don't even know if that's the right way. Sorry, I'll answer. I want to finish my thought and then I'll answer your question, side of you guy. So push-ups again. God, what the projectile spell and it's fire scissors spell. How did that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. So anyway, what I really thought about, well, because I think what started it was just thinking about how like Usopp's literally like he broke up the crew because he wanted to become a real pirate. He wanted to go out to sea, and that would like obviously you can't take the kids with him, like they're not gonna go be pirates, and that's why he asked them about what their dreams were, right? Their dreams are all things that can be accomplished on that specific island. Oh, I know where it's supposed to go. What am I doing? He broke up the crew because he, so that they could all go follow their individual dreams. And I was also getting extra emotional thinking about how like Usopp was literally close to if he accomplishes his dream at any point in the story, it's gonna be this one, right? Because like especially the way that like killing him is his power is creating the giants' nightmares in reality, and they are not responding to that very well. Right? So it's just like Usopp defeating Kiringham and be like surpassing the fear of the giants and being braver than these giants who like, because that seems to be the idea, is that the giants being so powerful and fearsome, right? They've never known fear, right? Or at least they maybe they're not as good at dealing with their fears. Where Usopp's known fear from the very beginning of the story, and so he has more courage as a result, and he's gonna be the one to bring down fucking Kiringham where the giants can't. Because the giants can't like Usopp's gonna like Kirinham's gonna make Usopp's nightmare, and it's gonna be something funny, and he's gonna beat the shit out of Kiringham anyway, and it's gonna be fucking the coolest shit we've ever seen, right? And then what Usopp like how could he not call himself a brave warrior to see like legitimately after that, right? And I was thinking about it because it's like the Straw Hats are all together because they are like. Their goals coincide, their ambitions and their dreams coincide, right? Like every single, like half of them need to go to Laptail anyway. Hold on, this was the one. But anyway, so as I was saying, sorry, let me just pop healing water real quick. I fucking fell. Wonderful. No, not that way. Anyway, well, that was dumb. So my point being is that I think the Straw Hats, yeah, I've come to agree with Shapes' idea that the Straw Hats are gonna break up at the end of the story because like their goals are they're gonna meet their goals, and then they're gonna be a point where it's like it's not gonna be like I don't think Luffy like I made the comparison when I reread Hunter x Hunter that oh maybe Luffy's kind of like Jing, but it's not that like Jing very specifically he doesn't have any ambition himself. He just finds vicarious joy in helping others fulfill their ambitions. Where Luffy just kind of he's following his own ambition, and the goals are just kind of the straw Zoro's with Luffy because that like Luffy's going to the top of the world, right? So it's like he's gonna cross swords, like he's literally gonna cross swords with Mihawk. That's how he has to, right? At this point, if Luffy's gonna defeat all the 4 emperors, and so then going for like Nami needs to reach the hardest places. Like if she can get fucking Laugh-Tale and Lodestar, then like she's reached the hardest places in the world to reach. So her goal of mapping in the world becomes that much easier, right? Because that like she basically gets the hard part out of the way, and then she can spend the rest of her life traveling the world and mapping the rest of it. And so on and so forth. I could literally just go through every single character and explain why their ambitions might or coincide with Luffy's, right? So I don't think Usopp's going to leave the crew because his ambition's complete, because he believes Luffy's going to be Pirate King and Luffy needs Usopp, right? But when the story is complete, when Luffy is Pirate King, you know, I like, what's Frankie's next dream after he's circumnavigated the world with his ship? Well, you know, what's Brook's dream after he's met Laboon, and so on. You know, again, they're going to, like, Luffy has something beyond Pirate King. He might not need the Straw Hats for that, right? So I just really agree with that idea. But anyway, get fucked. So anyway, where was I? Oh man, there's a lot of, for a long time here that the Gon was a fake Gon. Huh? What is that? How does that? Okay, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I just don't understand how that works. And like, what fake? I don't get it. Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate. Wild theories are fun. There's probably more to it. I just hearing that, I'm like, okay. Rewatch. I think my thing with I think Aincrad, well, so the issue with, because you said you're 6 episodes in, like half the episodes that you've watched, no, or maybe it's not half, but like literally it's like the original novel just skips straight from the Saori dying to like the episode like 9, basically, when they get back to like the main story. Like, so most of what you're watching is like side stories, basically. So, you know, do keep that in mind. I don't know. I still like season 1. Like, I still have it at like an 8 out of 10. And honestly, like, other people not caring for SAO is like the least surprising thing in the world for me. Hot Boy Spicy also rewatched season 1, and he was not into it. And I'm like, yeah, that's normal. Most people don't like it. That's fine. But I just think, honestly, I was kind of into it, like, literally from the first scene, because after, like, I have never really seen anyone go into SIO, like, at all. Like, pretty much before going into it is I watched the first 9 episodes on my own with 4chan, and they were all shitting on it, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know if I want to watch the show, just shit on or whatever after this long. There was one funny part but that came from that, I guess, that I still remember, but otherwise it's like whatever. Then obviously you had the SAO era of AnyTube where everyone was shitting on it. Mapus even had a dumb video about it, and you know, just her being silly, and then, you know, other, like, I think Pedantic Romantic even made a video on a random seasonal that she knew wouldn't get views, and she just titled it, "This video is not about Sword Art Online," and more people clicked it and watched it than would have if it was actually about the seasonal that she talked about. You know, so it was a time. Other than that, it was literally like the reason I watched it was because, like, What and Bindi said it was good, and specifically we did like an exchange with What where he would watch the second half of Hidamari's sketch and I would watch SAO, which is pretty imbalanced because he watches 20 episodes and I watch 100. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well, but I did it and I came away. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about it. It's like, yeah, that's literally, especially like watching War of Underworld in 2 days. Like, I literally watched like one core one night, and I watched the second core the following night. Probably one of the best experiences I've ever had with anime. Like, period. It was great. I loved it. But like literally just from the beginning, I was kind of into it because like literally, or at least like the first thing I noticed was like literally the first scene is Kirito cuts himself. He gets like a paper cut on a book that he's reading, and then he goes into the virtual world, and it's like, oh, because yeah, it's he's escaping into the virtual world because he doesn't like reality. But of course, one thing I was aware of was Kayaba's scheme. Like, by introducing death into the virtual world, he makes it, he breaks down the barrier, that escape barrier, and sort of reveals that the virtual world is also a real world. Right, so I was already like picking up on the ideas from the beginning, basically, and then the series just continued to evolve and expand on that idea. I'm also another aspect of SAO that I think goes undiscussed. I've talked about it here for sure, but basically it's that SAO is dated in the sense that it was originally written from 2002 to 2004. So everything from Kirito going into Aincrad to the end of War of Underworld, with how that ends, it's literally like 2 years of writing. of this motherfucker. Just okay. I'm gonna try and find out where I am because I am super lost and I don't know how to get to the flame place that I want to go to. I don't even know where I am. This was a bad idea. I just didn't. I can navigate there my way there. I've done this before. No, I can't. 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 Oh God, what have I done? I don't even know if it's gonna work. Honestly, I know. You know what? I should do. Wait, no. Fire Lord's Domain. That's what I'm looking to. Yeah. Ancient City South, Camarilla, the Forge. Yeah, if I got to any of these places, Earthfolk Village. Southern Cliffs. I don't remember these places. Oh wait, no, I do remember this place, the Wittes area. Yeah, okay, because that's where I came out to. Southgate. I'm at the Southgate right now. Okay, let's try that one more time. Find out where I am. Anyway, so as I was saying, so yeah, like I was already, because like, so to go back to it being dated, it's like, I don't know how old you are, but I don't really know, because I was thinking about it, so like when SAO the anime came out in 2012, like even then, it's already existing in a very different like online culture than it was like born in, if that makes sense. Like, I think I might have talked about some of this before, but like, Mother Cesario had the conflict with Asuna and her mom, with her mom being very kind of boomer, and it's like, stop wasting your time on the internet. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you know, and like, which I had a conversation with my dad that was very much like that, where he was talking about how like he knows who I am, but not when I go on the computer. And from my perspective, it's the opposite, where in reality, I have to hedge myself. Around him, I have to like not say the things I want to or am willing to say. But on the internet, I can actually be who I am, right? Like he sees the internet as this place of like people who are being deceptive. And I see the internet as a place where I can actually, and me and the people I talk to can actually be ourselves, right? But I think like those kind of sentiments have definitely like faded largely, like especially by now, but probably to a degree, probably by even 2012, I think, because the internet has become so ubiquitous and such a important part of culture. Like I was like even like I don't know, like there was one part in War of Underworld where like it's going into sort of like geopolitical aspects with like the fact that the antagonists literally like bring in other players from China, and like language barriers are kind of like become, and like they can't just explain things to Chinese players who don't speak Japanese, right? And then one of the antagonists literally like deliberately going, which is part's a little silly admittedly, but one of the antagonists literally going into Einkrad deliberately back when SAO was going because he's racist against Japanese and he wants to kill Japanese people. And it like, I just remember thinking about like, because my friend mentioned playing EVE Online on the phone, the mobile version, and they're like, language kind of inherently creates these barriers in between online communities, and it like, and that sort of feeds a sort of tribalism. And I remember thinking like, wow, that's an interesting idea to see in an anime coming, you know, even coming out in 2020 2019, whenever it came out. And then I find out that it was written in 2004. And I'm like, brother, what the fuck? Now I'm starting to understand why, I think it was Tepe, the author of ReZero, who he just in an interview, he just casually mentions like, yeah, Reki Kawahara is a genius. Like that's just his perspective of Reki Kawahara, is that he's just a genius because he's, you know, like, and like the more like, that's why I really want to do a video, and I found out where I'm supposed to go, thank God. A video in which I sort of like, I want to go through like the lineage of sci-fi like internet stories, and I want to sort of frame SAO in there, because like what I you know, again, not having I mean like Lane would be one. Oh, this is not the place I want to go. That it looked gold, but it was actually just, yeah, regular. So like, anyway, like I said, so it's like, So yeah, if you're like, I'm curious as to how, like, because I like hearing you be lukewarm on it, it's like just the more I think about it, like I just wonder if it's like it's just the fact that it's ideas, and I think like I vibe, like I'm wondering if maybe I vibed with it in part because I'm old, and it just doesn't, maybe like for some people it just doesn't work nowadays because because it in itself is so like old that it's basically a boomer series in the way that it talks about internet. Like, wow, did you know that you can make real friends on the internet? And it's like, yeah, we know that. Like Skype and Discord have existed for how many years now? Like chat rooms, and it's like, and it's so, again, it's so normal and ubiquitous that it's just you know, like, yeah, so I just don't know how it would register to someone watching it for the first time. Not that I'm saying you're watching it for the first time, but you just maybe think about that aspect. But yeah, no, the sexual assault is the one that definitely, like, because it's like, yeah, like even the one scene that I do think is like, I mean, especially it's the one in Alicization with Yu-Gi-Oh! That on one hand, it's like, so the way it's presented is actually just like gross in a way that I think like it works in the sense that it puts you in Yu-Gi-Oh's shoes, I guess. But then I remember a comment from Frogcoon on Twitter, because she likes SAO, and she mentioned how she mentioned something like, honestly, a comment that just makes me think a lot when it comes to like the presentation of female characters in fiction, was that how it's like all of this sort of like I forget the girls, the name of the two girls who were assaulted, but they were like, the focus of the scene, the purpose of the assault, the purpose of these bad things happening to these characters isn't for them. Like their characters literally stop existing like an episode after this. Like they're just not in the show. They're just not in the series anymore at all, right? Like the purpose of the scene is for Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And that's kind of a way that has started to frame how I think about how female characters work in fiction. Like I remember feeling that with Code Geass, with the infamous Euphemia scene, because like people laugh because like you know, Lelouch fucks up, and that's funny, and it's cringe, and it's, you know, or whatever. But my thought, I remember thinking that, like, because I was really trying to think, like, how does this work for Euphemia's character, right? Like, how does it make sense for her? Because because I just didn't want, obviously, like, I want to look at the show in a good faith way, and thus I'm trying to think like how does this death for Euphemia complete her character and not just make her tertiary to Suzaku's and Lelouch's story? Because it is this super big turning point for Suzaku and Lelouch, right? Like it's one of the most important moments in the series, honestly. But it's also like, it's literally like Lelouch is dominating Euphemia's mind and making her do as he wants, and that's, you know, and that's important, right? So anyway, so like that's an example of bad, but the good at the same time is fucking like, because I like, part of the reason I like SAO is because it very much deals about like how we live and work within systems, and that's a kind of idea that I like seeing explored and I vibe with a lot. So Yu-Gi-Oh having this fucking moment where he literally where the people of the underworld are literally like they have the fucking thing in their eye, right? Like their personalities are being pushed to do certain, like they're not allowed to kill, right? Like what this noble guy is doing to the girl with sexually assaulting her is literally like the worst crime you can do in this world where you can't do violence against other people. And yet Yu-Gi-Oh is completely helpless because like he's a noble, right? Like he literally can't break through the, like, and so when his eye fucking explodes because he's so pissed off at this disgusting noble piece of shit, and then he just fucking pulls his sword out and fucking kills him. It's like the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen. But it's like it's framed around this like literally like objectification and use of this, like not objectification, it's like, oh, she's hot or whatever, but she's literally being used. Like again, the assault isn't about her character, it's about Yu-Gi-Oh, it's about the audience's emotional attachment to the scene because we were seeing a cool female, whatever female character. You know, she was fine. I don't remember her name, but I didn't like watching that scene because it was framed the way it was framed to make us hate this noble character. Like that's what she's being objectified us to make us hate the noble and to make us cheer for Yujiro when he fucking like does the coolest shit ever and his eye explodes and he kills the noble. And it's like, let's go. But it's like, so it's like, because you're mentioning, it's like, yeah, it's hard to grab with that. Anyway, I'm gonna die to the, oh wait, how do I do this? Iconic Elvis by Child of the Forest. I have the ring that tells me I'm a Child of the Forest, right? Okay, well, can I maybe... Yeah, I'm not, I mean, I can try. Oh, so it's just a... Okay, no, it's just a normal teleportation circle. That's, okay. Well, that was a waste of time. Okay, but alright, okay. Well, instead of making me think, well, it's, for me, what grounded that scene for me, I forget what, I was watching something with the Weeb Club, and we made like an edgy joke about something dumb happening, and then that dumb thing happened, and it stopped being, like, I don't know, it's, part of it was that it just stopped being funny, because, like, we were literally making a joke about something, like, the joke was that it would be, like, really terrible and bad if this happened, and that would be absurd, right? Thus, we were joking about it, and, what happened, and then when it actually happened, then it stopped being terrible. It was just real. It wasn't absurd anymore. So it stopped being funny because it was just a thing that was really happening in front of us. And I bring that up because it's like, Lelouch, I don't know, it's not even, like, I don't even think he was being stupid. I think he was making a dumb, edgy joke with a friend. Like, that's what he's like, what if I said, but the problem, because as established before that, like, he was on the street with the noble who was being shitty towards and he was literally like, I think he told him, like, literally kill yourself. And his Gios activated because he's been overusing it. Like, it's like, I wouldn't say, like, arrogance isn't the word I'd use. It's more like him, I mean, maybe arrogance is a fitting word, but it's just like the way he is fragrantly using his power and being, you know, like, the Gias is sort of like not controlling him, but like, you know, power reveals, like, it's revealing who he really is, right? He really, like, a part of him wanted that to happen, right? Like, that's why the Gias triggered. You know, it's not like he's not, yeah, he is lacking this in that self-awareness, I guess, because he didn't think about how, he didn't know himself enough, right? Like, he made an edgy joke, but he really did feel that way. Because I mean because that's part of what, like, we're like, for me, what works, like, that's like what works about that scene is threefold, because one of it is like Lelouch, like, and yeah, the Gias activating. I'm gonna just send it and probably die, but oh no, yeah, I can make it. Okay. Ow. Oh, these guys are big. Anyway, the other part is just me feeling sad for Euphemia, because I didn't expect to have that emotion, because, like, and yeah, part, not even just, like, for in-universe reasons, but for out-of-universe reasons too, frankly, because, again, like, her just kind of being used for the stories of Suzaku and Lelouch, and I'm still not sure if I feel like her character is, like, complete for that. You know, if she was ultimately tertiary to those two, I guess, and that's a little unfortunate. But the part that really got me was, because I knew about her killing Japanese people, but I didn't know that, like, the way that the soldiers also responded and joined in. They weren't Giosed. They just were like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, they want blood. They wanted to kill Japanese people so badly already that they just took the opportunity for Euphemia's, like, it's, like, I guess, like, the fallout of that isn't, like Lelouch's thing with Euphemia was a trigger, but, like, this it could have been anything in theory, which I guess it's like, then why did it have to be something so, like, over the top and silly, which is, that's fair. But, like, I don't know, like, that's what kind of grounded for me, because I even had an earlier thought when what was it, Orange, I think? Jeremiah, that was the character's name. When, like, early on, Lelouch was, he asked him, and again, like, one of Lelouch's flaws is that he's literally, like, he's utilizing the systems of power that Britannia uses. Like, he literally models himself like he's the Black Knight. Like, the Black Knights are his royal guard, right? Like, he is literally a prince of Britannia. Like, he is evoking the same power structures that he is challenging. And the Gios is a great example of that because it's authority, right? And so it kind of flips the chessboard in that he is someone who shouldn't have authority over not necessarily anyone, but over the people he can use the Gios on, but he does. And by controlling soldiers, by exploiting this authority, he also like when Jeremiah gives an order, like, the soldiers have no reason to deny it because he is a superior. So Lelouch ends up Giosing like dozens of men with one usage of his power, right? Because he's exploiting the system. So, like, when Euphemia is killing the Japanese and the other soldiers are, like, joining in, then, like, again, that's sort of, like, if anything, like, the negative side of it, because these people already just want to do this fucked up shit. And I didn't mean to fall off that. That was completely unintentional. Whoops. Anyway, oh yeah, the clown. See, the assault part, I don't care for at all. Like, I agree. But at least as far, I think I mentioned in my video of just like the way it's sort of like, oh, is this the guy? No, this is, what? Who's this? Sorry, give me a second. I'm actually playing the game. Is this Geneans? What the fuck? Just introducing new shit? Okay, so the Dark Folk did their thing, then were sealed away, and then the Forest Folk came in, I guess? And yeah, that's how the battle started. Okay. Anyway, I have not finished Attack on Titan, no. I don't really care about spoilers, but I just don't think, like, in text is the best way to explain what your issue is and me respond to it. But one day I'll go through it. But I know some things, but it's not really worth talking about when I haven't spoiled it and I'm only kind of aware of some things. Like, anyway, see, yeah, I guess I wasn't really focused on the assault part, like, and yeah, karmic punishment is like, yeah, I don't like, yeah, I definitely don't like, because I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, you could absolutely frame it that way, that's fair, because I definitely thought of it more of just like, because she dies, right, but it just felt like the sort of like end point of her beliefs, I guess, but I also don't remember it well enough to actually say what that was. I just remember I briefly brought it up in my video in a way that I felt fit with the conflict of the arc. I just don't remember that part specifically, but and yeah, because I don't remember thinking about the, yeah, I don't know, I could stand to think about this, because it's like, how do I put it? Because with my videos, because I tend to focus on the good, I tend to not dwell on the negative parts as well, because, and it's not really like, it doesn't necessarily fit the idea that I'm talking about, right? I remember Lindsay Ellis talked about, she did, I think it was a video on Rent, and she talked about it in hindsight, and it was all and basically what she said is like, the video had a thesis, but there were parts of that video that were like very much unrelated to that thesis, because it like, and more review like in a sense, and she kind of just wishes she like, and I'm kind of in that same boat where it's like I'm more interested in like the argument that I'm presenting than I am like being, what is it, like offering a fair and balanced review or whatever, because I'm not reviewing SAO, right? I mean, I can talk about it candidly here, of course, which is why we are able to talk about those things, but and especially like, it's just, I don't know, this is part of one reason I want to read more theory as well, because I think like reading more like feminist theory, for example, would give me more tools with which to talk about these things, because I understand the ideas just from existing. Where is this? Oh, Oh, that's what I wanted to open. Cool. Because again, from just being discourse brain and thinking about things myself for so long, and various ideas disseminating into my general sphere of knowledge, but like I could be doing better. And having just more ideas to draw from, I think, is good. Also, this is really cool because wait, no. I'm not gonna finish the game today, right? No, I think I'll finish it. I might finish it next time though, because I'm just getting Sarek's key, and that's pretty fucking huge, because that means we can go into that place by the starting area. Not the starting area. The first hub area. You poisoned? Did he fall into the poison pool? Idiot. I almost fell into the poison pool, idiot. Me, idiot. It's sold the way it's sold. Yeah, no, that's, you know, I actually remember, you reminded me of a post I saw recently from my not from my friend, but he was then posted, I think it was from Tumblr or something, where it's like it was about Supernatural, and about how like Supernatural is they explained season 7 and like the final season through a specific lens of like Supernatural is either a brilliant idea with terrible execution, or a terrible idea with brilliant execution. And the way they frame it was like season 7 is about like I don't know, I don't even remember. Never mind. I thought it was pretty funny, but like I think it's completely fair. Like that's one thing that bothers me, because I feel like I've seen that in the community a bit, where it's like, because I explain stories. Oh, okay. You can try to destroy me, motherfucker. Actually, you might succeed. Because I'm not very good at this game. Nice, idiots. Hit each other. Anyway, what was I trying to say? So, hold on, execution, no, I wasn't talking about Supernatural. So, because I feel like, I explain stories in very specific terms that happen to emotionally like resonate with me, right? Because I like themes, I like meaning. Like I kind of say that I guess if I were to ascribe to a belief system, it would probably be existentialism, because I believe that humans create meaning, and that in itself is very valuable to me. Because we are asserting our existence in. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? A boss? Jesus, look at this fucker. Hold on. I wasn't ready for that. Let me try. I feel like you're weak to this wind. Yeah, get tornado, motherfucker. Look at this guy, dude. Oh, jeez, he's disgusting. Yeah, I didn't do that much. I'm fine. I did a lot. Holy fuck. Oh, and it did dark too? Great. Nope, I just tried to drink from an empty crystal vial. But anyway, so as I was trying to say, I think that because I talk about stories in a particular way that that does emotionally resonate with me and other people. Like I think the fact that my Beyond Blood video got the sort of response that it did. It was because I was really like going in on this aspect of people that about One Piece that people really do care about, right? And I think that's good. I like that I can do that, because I didn't focus on like debunking arguments of people who don't see things my way. I just like, here's what the story is doing that I'm seeing. But I've definitely noticed that I feel like in areas adjacent, and usually people I know, I felt like I've seen them, what they'll do is they'll sort of like respond to a criticism of the series that they like by explaining the point, when the point isn't like, that's really only helpful if you're very specifically talking about like the writing or the messaging of, like, to give an example, I won't say the name, but okay, so I believe Hot Boy Spicy was streaming, he was watching Shabes' video on specifically Hinata, why Hinata's best girl, which was part of his Naruto video series. And I remember Shabes was talking about, he was comparing the manga to the anime and how, basically just touching on how the anime, like basically because he argues that he likes the anime's adaptation of the scene when Hinata fights Pain and confesses to Naruto better, because he likes the anime version. And the person in the comments was responding to about the manga. Oh yeah, it was probably a key. I should probably look at, you know what? I should probably look at the things I pick up. What is needle? Oh, razor magic. Neat. Oh, I'll use this. I didn't even notice I got a fool's fruit. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. I know my button. You'd think I know my buttons after playing the game for so long. I still didn't find out where this goes, actually, come to think of it. This one I need to find. Oh, did I get Serax's key? Is that what that was? Yeah, I got the key. Okay, now I can leave now. Thanks for reminding me that. Yeah, now I can just, yeah, because there was that chest on the way back, and then now I can go into the last area and finish the game. No way, right? There's no way. Anyway, so it's like, because like Titania, if we were to air out your issues and someone responds, it's like, no, but this is the point, and then they explain the point that you already understand, like, that doesn't alleviate your issues. Like, I think the best that could happen is that, like, you understand the point, and then you then go, like, yeah, like, this isn't for me, right? Like, like, the story, whatever, can't have been any other way, but it's just not, like, you just can't get past that execution, right? Because I definitely don't really care for people, like, quote-unquote fixing stories. Like, again, think about Code Geass, which is my example, of just, because, like, I do wish that the Euphemia stuff had been better, in the sense that, like, it was better for Euphemia's character, because I'm honestly pretty okay with a lot of the rest of it, that most people, what the fuck is that? Hey, buddy, you hanging out in the poison pool? You don't want to talk to me. I could kill. Why do I could kill you, but why? You're not hurting anything. You want, despite the efforts otherwise. So yeah, like at a certain point, I think it's just best to say that, like, yeah, this doesn't work for me, because at the end of the day, like, we're talking about art, and people like to talk about objectivity, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know, even the fact that, like, because I was even thinking about. There was a pause and select video where he introduced a woman who I don't remember the name of, about, I think it was the Princess Mononoke of it. If you look up, like, pause and select Princess Mononoke, you'll probably find it. But basically, she was talking about how, like, what the aspects of Princess Mononoke, even, like, production-wise, internationally, like, that were really interesting to her. But there was just the way that she talks about it, just sort of, like, I don't know, what I sort of took, part of what I took from it was just that, like, yeah, she did come to all these interesting thoughts and observations about it, but what is sort of there just at the end of the day, like, the reason why she wants to talk about Princess Mononoke is literally just because she likes it. She likes it, and she found it interesting, and so she wanted to she spent more time on it, she engaged with it for a longer period of time, and she walked away having some interesting thoughts. Right? And I think, like, so going back to what I was talking about with SAO, where I really want to frame it as a piece of, like, science fiction detailing the internet and frame it among other stories, like, you know, Lane comes to mind. Infinite Jest, I remember hearing described as an internet novel because of the way it sort of, but it's mostly the way it uses media, and it was compared to, like, Netflix and stuff. But it's not really, like, on the broad sense, it's not really related to the specific ideas, where I'm more interested in, like, what SAO explores about, like, internet and how we connect to other people through the internet, and what, like, and I, you know, hedging that with, like, SAO is very much has an idealistic bend to it, where, like, because how SAO kind of works is because it has the idea of like, working within systems and stuff, and what will tend to happen is the system will like push a person to do one thing, but then it will reward them if they follow their own, like, integrity or principles and surpass the system, right? Like in the Caliber arc, which where, like honestly, it's funny because it's like the arc is like whatever, but it's actually, in my opinion, it's probably one of the better ones at, like, getting across this idea, because like the with like the whole like so basically the fucking Frost Ymir or I forget what maybe that was the name of them, the actual character, but they were literally like you want Excalibur? Okay, kill all these fucking flumps. And so like they literally see a scene with a bunch of people fighting alongside the frost giants and fighting the flumps, and or I'm just calling them by like a similar D&D creature. I don't know. I don't remember what they're actually called. And oh wait, no, I didn't refill my flasks, did I? And Sugaha is like, no, I don't want to kill them. They're cute. And Kirito's like, but Excalibur. And they save one of them, and then I think they found out about the quest later, but they end up going on a different quest to kill Ymir, a secret quest, and that leads to like the Excalibur that he would have given you for doing the Widow quest was just fake. So they do the real quest and get the real Excalibur, which Kirito then abandons anyway because he like I forget why they needed to, but he does. So it's like the system is tricky. It like it's making people do something bad, right? Of the with killing the little flumps and not and we're little like don't you know Norse lore, the frost giants are the bad guys, maybe don't blindly accept genocide. Oh, the icon of water. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing something. So am I supposed to have the icon of earth and water as well? I'll keep that in mind, because that might be I can look through the what's it called, the no, yeah, sorry, it just like yeah only likes the live action One Piece. Yeah, I don't know, it's just no, because I remember having this conversation with my brother because he had a friend who couldn't get into One Piece because of the art style, and it's like, you know, if I were to respond to it the way that I was just talking about, I would say like the art style is meaningful, right? Like it's just like it's expressive, it's cartoony, cartoons being a big influence on One Piece, right? But if you can't vibe with it, then it's like there's no helping that, right? It's just not for you. That's fine. That's a normal human response, I think. You know, but like I don't know, that's why like the other side of it is like I don't think it's like really appropriate like in those cases, like I don't know, I just don't like saying things are bad anyway, right? I mean I could say like okay, I could say that with like oh no, we're going in here. Like I could say that this like yeah the way that SAO handles sexual assault is generally pretty bad, even though I still try to find the like again like the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, the parts that happen through it that are like still good, I guess, even if the it shouldn't be that way, but it is like it's like fixing. We can't fix stories. We can do strive to do better and think about how they were done better and use that creatively in our own endeavors, but we can't redo it. SAO exists, right? Like it's always gonna have that sexual assault stuff, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. It's like, and if again, if someone doesn't like that, that's fucking yeah. Please, no, I mean, I don't think anyone should like it, but so I'm gonna. Oh, which way was it again? I think it was this way, right? Past the throne. Okay, let me save one more time. But anyway, but yeah, so I don't think those kind of explanations are. Like yeah, at the end of the day, we just are interested in the things that we like, right? And because we like them, we're gonna spend more time on them. We're gonna be more willing to engage with them. Like if someone saw the sexual assault stuff in SAO and decided this series has nothing of value to me, then that's, you know what, that's a helmet I missed like fucking 20 hours ago. Like that's fucking valid, right? But you know, the people who do like the thing and are willing to engage with it, like, and yeah, like, because I don't expect my videos to maybe go, you know what, to make people go, oh, you know what, SAO is good. I'm perfectly satisfied with like, oh, you know what, I hadn't thought about that before, that's cool, but then not really. Oh, did I get the eye? Did I get the fourth black eye? Well, okay, well, let's see what happens. Oh, that's right, wasn't there a hole or something anyway that I couldn't pass over? I don't know. I might also be missing the Earth and the Wind seal as well, or seal key. Okay, so it still curses me when I come through. That's bad. And that is a hole. Yep, I can't go through. Okay. Oh boy, hey, buddy. Bird. Oh wait, maybe I can go this way. Yeah, so I'm just cursed. Okay. That's fine, I have potions. Is this the way I came, or is this a new way? Oh, that is a lot. I'm willing to do push-ups just to see what's going on. That's a fucking lot. Are these gonna hurt me? Okay, those hurt me when I get close. This is fucking scary. No, let me use my. That's okay. Yeah, I can very easily just use my healing water and then go back and get more. I'll just tank him. Go use my equipment. I'm gonna get a good spell. Oh yeah, I have a tornado. Okay, I do not like being trapped in here, but I can't do anything about that. Okay, yeah, I got stuck. I fucked that up. Oh, I will make my own essay with blackjack and hook. Okay, I read the second comment first, so I was like, this is me with some stories, but replace hookers with strong female characters and trans stuff. And I was like, what are you talking? And then I went back and it's like, okay, blackjack and yeah, okay, strong female characters and trans. Okay, and blackjack. And I like how you have capitalized blackjack, which I assume that's what you mean, but in like just blackjack. Osamu Tezuka's blackjack. That's it. Just bring it. I mean, in fairness. I love him a lot. Like if you go on to Mal, I think I have him in my top 10 favorite characters because like Blackjack as a series is good, but I just really like the character of Blackjack. Like, let me do my push-ups real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can fight him, but I'll do better this time. Because now I know not to get fucking caught in the corner. What was I talking about? Wow. Hey. Oh yeah. Did I come in here before? Wait, he wasn't here before. Was he? I don't remember. Did I not come in here? Obviously, I'm here to kill you. Where'd my health go? Jesus Christ. Do these guys just do a lot of damage? Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, there's lightning coming down. Okay, the lightning is separate from the... Oh, jeez, what if... Oh, did I walk into my own fucking tornado? Okay, this is gonna be intense. Arrogant... Oh, what? Okay. Oh. Hold on. Arrogant... Oh. Yeah, no, that's a fun, like, yeah, you can explain, that's a good example of you can explain anything in a way that makes it sound stupid, which is just why a lot of bad faith analysis doesn't work, because it's like, yeah, you really just like, you're talking about this like arrogant, go ahead, but, and I'm like, oh, that's okay, and then you're like, oh, yeah, this is just Netero versus Meruem, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Anyway, suddenly Dark Souls 2 boss, yeah, I mean, you're right. So he says the light is ultimate, but also uses skeletons. That's wonderful. I'm gonna try Emulate. That didn't do shit. Fuck you, Emulate. Let me try that and see what. Let's see what this is. This Okay. So I lose some health for or some stats for it, but let's do this then. Yeah, this fight's gonna be nasty. Oh my god, they're so fucking. Emily does not seem that useful. I need what's a good spell? Tornado. Let's try Volcanon. Oh, that did damage at least. Jesus Christ, they're chopping me up. I just wish I had like I want the Eternal Ring spells. Oh, did he just get up from his chair? You bitch. It just I think it just drains too much magic for it to be really viable. I like Tornado. Tornado's just I don't know. It's just too good. You get him? Nope. Oh, I don't have enough magic. Nope, that was the wrong one. Okay, I ran out of fucking magic, so I'm gonna use my... I forgot I had these still. Yeah, I have this one still, rather. So I might have a new spell to try out. Let me try... Oh, it is. Mine becomes weaker. Considering it. And let's see if what the new... Because it's better than Volcanon? Meteor Cascade? This is gonna kill me. Let's try it. Wait, how much MP does it use? Does it say? Like all of it. Woo! He got a new spell. Oh, you fucking missed? Fuck you, game. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Fucking get him. Oh, I got stuck on something. I got stuck on them. I don't know how to aim this spell. Oh, I don't have magic. Still fucking okay. Still okay. Oh, thank God. Let's go. That was kind of a Dark Souls 2 boss, yeah. But I have the King's Crown now, so I should be able to get through the back door. Behind the back door. Behind the, I can get through the back door whenever I want. Through the, I wouldn't talk about, point of not focusing on it, I just wouldn't talk about Lord of the Rings. I probably wouldn't talk about the car. Oh! I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Funnily enough, of all the... Okay, no, I can't get through the door even with... Don't I have the crown equipped? No, I probably didn't equip the crown. Let's try it. I just want to see if I can get through the door. I'm not going to go through it. I'm just going to... Nope. Okay, can't get through it. Okay. But I was going to say... Yeah, see, I know trivia from Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I've not heard that one specifically, so that's funny. But yeah, no, it's like... And another example I think about is Crime and Punishment. Literally, I mentioned this example before, I'm sure, but it literally has a part where the translation literally mentions like, yeah, the time of day is wrong here. The author literally just fucked it up. Oh well, because it's like it would possibly impact a reading of like if you're to use about like the time of day in like the what's it called? Like, you know, how does the time of day work thematically with the main character's mood, or, you know, something like that, or like, you know, but like that's just such a, I don't know. It feels like there's so many other things to talk about that novel that getting hung up on a detail like that just doesn't seem conducive to a good discussion, right? Okay, let's go back to. See, it's funny now. Okay, it's backwards because normally I would come back here and this would be my hub to heal up. Now I have to go to a different spring as my hub to save and heal up, and that's where I go to continue the game. So that's pretty. It's backwards now. That's funny. But yeah, it's just like we can have multiple conversations about things in different readings, and you know, if like again, if like you know you have issues with these stories, like talking about how it works thematically isn't going to answer your questions or absolve your issues. And people, I definitely think there's people who need to realize that that's not how it works. So I just teleported like 3 feet away because I used the wrong one. Anyway, let's go back in. We'll save at that save point, and we got 15 minutes. I'll give it another shot. I'll give that boss. Oh, I missed it. But okay, yeah. See, it's like Oda does so many corrections in the SBS, right? Like he drew crocodile with 2 hands, and he's like, yeah. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna come back to that, but because I remember this is actually kind of a separate point where I don't really care. Like one of the reasons I want to do more reading, because I feel like people who are terminally online and who mostly just like it's kind of a different space when it comes to media discussion, right? And one example I think like TV tropes I think has sort of because it like part of what I in some ways appreciate, even though I do think it kind of has a lot of dumb ways about talking about stories. One way that I do think it helps, at least in concept, even though there might ultimately be more damage done at the end of the day in things that don't really matter that much, but still, with how the way that it's been worked to give type, like what's it called, names and like language with which to discuss, like specifically in the case of tropes, right? Like we can like if I've tried to use the term Lancer in conversation as in, which is not in the Fate terminology, but what Lancer in the term of like the second in like the right, like I think if I'm remembering my trope talk correctly, I think Zoro would be considered the like basically the number 2 guy. I don't know where it comes from specifically, but I remember like it's in my head basically, or the dragon of just like the antagonist, or I don't know, something antagonistic. I don't know. It's been so long, but where I'm going with that is that I remember encountering one. I was like driving and I was thinking about the idea of like Watsonian and Doyleist readings of things or explanations of things. So to give what I mean about that, is all right, the meteor spell didn't work. Or I missed rather. Okay, that did a lot. That's fine. I got heals. You died it like a bitch. And then I open the door and there's like 3 of them, and it's like, okay. I mean, if there's more space, you know what? I'll fight fucking 8 of them. I don't care. Ah! You guys are just I thought, yeah, okay, well, I can't reach you. Fuck you. Did I just walk back outside to where I was? Maybe. Yeah, I think I just turned around. Delta and Lancer, what are you talking about? Yeah, so, but anyway, so as okay, I don't know which way I came from, honestly. Okay, I came from, oh wait, I'm not cursed anymore. Is it because I killed the king? Maybe. That's cool. But anyway, so so yeah, I do think TV tropes is good for helping people, like, you know, get language to talk about stories. And some of it can be useful, I think, but a lot of it isn't. Like, Mary Sue is just such a useless term nowadays because no, it doesn't have a meaning that anyone agrees upon. So it's like, don't even bother. But anyway, so basically, I remember how it was explained to me is so with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of I almost said Detective Conan, of Sherlock Holmes. Basically, Watson has a war injury, and it's like a little inconsistent about what kind of war. Did I just? Oh, that's a different guy. It's a little inconsistent, basically, and the Doyleist explanation of it is to basically so the author made a mistake, right? The Watsonian explanation of it is that he has a physical injury in his leg, but it's also mental. Like, so it's like, so the inconsistency is justified through, like, how he, like, his character, basically. And so these are kind of, and I was like, oh yeah, you could frame, like, so with One Piece, for example, you could frame, so like let's say, so Oda explaining Crocodile having 2 hands is an art mistake is an example of a Doyleist explanation, right? Because it's against the, it's outside of the story. It's from the author's perspective, right? Where a diegetic, a Watsonian explanation would be like Zoro speaks, he can speak while having a sword in his mouth because he speaks through his heart, right? Or, is that gonna kill me? That's gonna kill me. Or Sanji doesn't get burned by his devil Jambe because his heart is burning much hotter, right? And then I realized you don't need these fancy Sherlock Holmes-derived terms for it. You could literally just use the terms diegetic and non-diegetic, which already exist. Basically, like, diegetic being, like, within the story, and non-diegetic being, like, not part of the story. Like, here's a good example. The music that you're hearing right now... it's not diegetic. There isn't a orchestral band following John Kingsfield IV around. I forgot his name. Austin? No, that was Lyle Forrester. I don't remember this character's name. I'm so not invested in the story of this game, sorry. Like, there's not an orchestral band following around, like, dun, 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 and then changing the music, right? Like, it's not a part of the world or the story. I actually remember that I have not seen A Knight's Tale, but I remember hearing about it because it uses, like, Queen music, like, and people were bothered by that. And I remember Roger Ebert talking about how that was, like, orchestral music didn't exist until centuries after Night stories would have happened anyway, so it's also, like, not, it's also anachronistic. But what he kind of, like, I feel like, because one thing I am also aware about that movie is, like, it's not just that, like, they use Queen soundtrack, it's also that, like there's literally, like, a part of the movie where they're literally, like, banging their feet and clapping to dun 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 dun, like, in the movie. Like, the crowd is literally performing the audience part of "We Will Rock You" in the movie. Like, it is. I mean, okay. And then there's arguments, like, with musicals. I think it's like, I remember Lindsay Ellis is like, you know, do music, does the musical part happen diegetically or non-diegetically, right? Like, I think for Love Live, aspects of the concerts absolutely happen diegetically in the story, but then there's, like, in the first episode, there's a whole musical bit where there's even one cut where they're dancing on the roof, and then the camera flies down to, like, the road in front of the school, and they're dancing on the road, and it's like, well, how are they in two places at once? Can they teleport? It's like, no, this isn't a diegetic musical, but like Snow Halation is diegetic. But then there's also like in Sunshine the movie, there's a part where Saint Snow is doing a concert, and they're like on the stairs, and it's like the camera's like going up the stairs, and there's just like a million Sarah and Leia's like doing different dance moves on the stairs, and it's like, so they are doing a concert. That's part diegetic, but not all of the visuals are diegetic, right? Like, so it's like you can just use these terms. You don't need Watsonian and Doylist in the vocabulary because we already have diegetic and non-diegetic. Like these terms, like if that helps you understand what diegetic and non-diegetic are, that's great. But we don't need them. We can throw that. We like they're not necessary. Like not that we can't. You shouldn't use them. I mean, we probably. Well, okay, not that we can't use them. Never use them, but we probably shouldn't. Like we already have terms for it, right? Especially because like I remember having a conversation with a friend because we were feeling that the term. I think I even had someone talk about with katakuri, or maybe it was a friend of mine, where basically like I was using the term antagonist to describe like Smoker or katakuri, right? Because they're not really villainous, right? Like Smoker's just straight up like a good like Katakuri I even argue as being just a better human being than Luffy, right? In my Beyond Blood video, I'm like, you know, isn't it kind of funny how like Katakuri, like his personality, he's just nicer. He's like, what does Katakuri do? Like he beats up a couple chefs for knowing his secret that he's fucking really fucked up about, and that's pretty fucked up. Like Luffy would never do that. That's like the only thing Luffy has on Katakuri. Like Katakuri complains less. He troubles other people less. He's more thoughtful. He's more considerate generally. Like Katakuri's a better human being than Luffy. But so it's like it's not really appropriate to call Katakuri a villain, right? But he is still the antagonist. And yet some people use the term antagonist synonymously with villain. And if you do that, then we now lose the term antagonist. And if we lose the term antagonist, then we don't have a word for character who opposes the protagonist, but isn't a bad person, right? So like that's an example of like how like the way language evolves can be bad, right? Because obviously, language evolves, that is true. But we want it evolving in a positive direction. Also, I think there's just dead ends, and I don't think there's a way through this area yet. Unless I missed something, because maybe there's somewhere I can like fall that's more beneficial. But I just keep finding these holes blocking my way. Sexy injured veteran analogy. I'm like, wait, what are you talking? Right, no, I was just talking about fucking Watson. Like, yeah, no, you're good. Actually, I don't think I've gone through a Sherlock Holmes thing in my life. Actually. I know of the character. I know a lot about the character, in fact, but I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually gone through anything, a book or a movie or a TV show that has Sherlock Holmes in it. What was that? That was a different noise. Oh, they're just birds. Yeah, they have faces on their stomachs. That's disgusting. Now I want to exterminate them all from the world. Horrific. Yeah, I think this is just dead end after dead end. So I'm glad I'm not getting cursed anymore, probably because I killed the evil king. I'm gonna see if this maybe takes me somewhere else just because nope, that doesn't look like it. Maybe the holes aren't dangerous. They were when I started, I remember because I first came to this area and like they look really dangerous. They look like really bad falls. Oh, did I just? Okay, well I think I got to, yeah, actually, okay, I think I did get to another, I dropped down to another place that I can't get to otherwise, I feel like, because I feel like I've never seen an area that I had those two holes on, so maybe I did do something good? There's a guy in here. This is different, this is different. Okay. Okay, cool, we got progress. We got really good comedic timing. That was great. That was fun. We got progress. Won't open. Okay. Wait, hold on. Was that? Oh my Jesus Christ! Okay, don't get trapped by this guy. That was this is a fucking nightmare. In the best way possible. Did it not hit him? Damn it! This spell is hard to aim. But it does a lot of damage to these guys, so I really like it. Oh, you know what this guy reminds me of? Yeah, with the forearms and the swords, he kind of reminds me of the final boss of Night Rain. Minor spoilers, who I have beaten. By the way, I'm actually 3 achievements away from 100%ing Elden Ring Night Rain. I mean, I'm not really doing the Remembrance quests because I'm just gonna do them when I stream the game anyway and actually focus on like the stories of the characters and the lore. Yeah, that's cool. I'm almost done. But yeah, I think I might actually be stuck. Steam effect. Is that? Oh, so that one I'm aware of because I've seen. That's probably one of the only Sherlock Holmes things I've actually finished is H Bomber Guy's video on the Sherlock mini series, I guess, because he kind of doesn't like it at all. And I think I'm stuck, and I don't think I have a way out because I don't see a teleportation circle. I don't see. So I think I fought that guy for no reason, and because I don't think I can get out. Oh maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Please, I hope so. Or maybe there's another tricky thing. Cause yeah, this is like the only way out from where I dropped down to that I can see. So maybe, unless there's a secret thing on the wall, but I doubt that. Oh, thank God. Thank you, you're so smart, Sidey guy. Also, I think the music had a little extra thing in there. Let me use my my last healing water. It just takes me back to the start. No, I do have a guide stone, so a stopping point would be beloved. What is this? This is like, is that just an earth crystal or light crystal? It looks gold, so. Oh, hello. Oh, is it? He wants to talk to me. Okay. I don't know who that was. That looks scary. I'm not gonna go that way yet. Also, that was it. Oh, King's Door. Wait, oh, I know where I am. This is just the back side of the throne room, which means if I can find a way to get through there, then I'll have. Oh, I have 2 light crystals. Sick. That's nice. Now I'm really stuck. Come on. Come on, you can't do this to me, game. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. Maybe if I... You can't do this to me. Maybe if I do the... Oh, let's see what can I do here. Yeah, I probably wasn't supposed to do that. I think I sequence broke, maybe, by jumping down, and, Alright, I'm gonna do whatever I can to not have to restart. Yeah. They don't want things are so stupid as the... Okay, I need the second half of that message. Okay, what magic do I have now? Okay, I didn't get any... so do I finally have an offensive light spell? Maybe? That'd be cool. Retribution. Yeah, I do. Ooh. Cool. Useless to me now, but cool. Well, that sucks. Oh well, at least I learned some things and I know I can fight those guys. still look really deadly. I mean, that'd be a way to end off the stream. Would be jumping into a hole and dying. In the game too. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for the second episode Tanya's message. Because yeah, it's just like the secret sister with the forgotten dog that was actually a boy, but that's in Sherlock. Okay. Yeah, jumping the shark is a weird term because, like, I think when people generally use it, it's like they generally use it as a negative. Like that was the review that for. Okay, yeah, I don't think I can proceed unless I can like wait. Holy shit! Did I just make it back to this? No, or did I just? No, wait. No, I think I just made a loop around. I think I'm super stuck now. Yeah, that's just the five pillar room. Okay, well, so yeah, my understanding of Jump the Shark is that the original view was a show called Happy Days, which it had the Fonzie, who's Fonzie cool or whatever. I don't think that's actually the adjective, but I'm just gonna wander around pretending that I know what I'm doing while I'm talking until I finish my point, and then I'll end the stream because I think I'm really stuck now, and I need to figure out how to open. If I could open the King's Door, I'd have no problem. But wait, actually, maybe what is there like a other king stuff that like do I have to have more king equipment? Because I could always equip the ancient shield. Oh, is this good? Is it heavy? It's kind of heavy. Emanates unknown powers. Okay. Do the king's crown. Do I have a king's ring? No. Okay, let's try it one more time. But anyway, so I think I'm over encumbered. Yeah, I can't run anymore. Okay. Yeah, you probably know more about Happy Days than me. That's fine. But anyway, so yeah, there was an episode where he jumped the shark, and that was advertised because I guess it was taking advantage of the author, like the author could water ski, and so they advertised an episode around it. And the reviewer basically commented on how that it basically like because the show was more grounded and down to earth, and that was kind of an absurd premise. And so okay, I need to equip this fucking shield. It's too heavy. Or I guess lighten some of my other stuff, like maybe make greaves. Or I wonder if I. No, those. I'm even slower. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. That was funny. I thought I was like, because if the spell just makes me encumbered, then I can just like, oh, I'm already encumbered, so I'll just do it. Nope, double encumbered. So anyway, but as I've seen commented about is that like the show would go like people generally use it to describe like a loss in quality, but it's really like Happy Days would go on to like be popular. Like that episode was rated highly, and it didn't introduce the character. Like if you're talking about the show being grounded, like that show also introduced the character of Mork, who, if you don't know about Mork, he would be in a spinoff called Mork and Mindy. Mork was played by Robin Williams. Like, if anything, it might have been one of his first big roles, or at least one of his first popular roles. Like, it fucking the show put Robin Williams on the map after it jumped the shark, right? So if we want to talk about jumping the shark as like this loss of like the original identity of the show, then that's valid. But I think if we talk about it in terms of like dropping off in quality, then like that's arguable. I think, at least in talking about like the original Happy Days, because it literally like is that someone? Yeah, there are multiple layers of encumbrance. Yeah, which I tend to not fuck around with because I like to be mobile. I like that because I'm the kind of player who will reflexively dodge instead of block a lot of the time. Even though in Dark Souls I tend to use the sword and shield. But anyway, I don't know where Sherlock jumps the shark or how it does, but if it loses, I know that H Bomber Guy's argument is that it doesn't really have the appeal of actual Sherlock Holmes stuff. I'm not gonna load back in. I'm just gonna oops, I dropped my controller and try to catch it and it unplugged. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do push-ups for that last. This is the second stream in a row I just died. Like I just then this because I got stuck this both times and just it's over. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do push-up. Well, this time I'm gonna do the push-up before I end the stream. But yeah, so because H. Bomber's guy's argument is that like part of the appeal of Sherlock Holmes is that you're able to solve the mystery yourself with the evidence given to you if you have enough like I mean you do need some outside knowledge. Detective Conan is also very much like that where you need to like have some kind of bit of like the only Detective Conan mystery that I solved ahead of time was because breadcrumbs were found at the scene of the crime and one of the characters on the ship was doing charcoal painting and I knew from Hidamari's sketch that you use bread to erase charcoal paintings, and so like I knew the trivia from outside that happened to be relevant to mystery. But you can like you have all the evidence and you can solve it. Where if anything, the point of Sherlock Holmes is like it's that post about like how it's what is it? It's yeah. I think it maybe even saw a post about that show with how it's like the writers are stupid people who think smart people are wizards. So Sherlock Holmes is basically a wizard, and he just does magic to solve mysteries in his mind. So it just loses the appeal of, it's right. Yeah. So and yeah, Simpsons. That's a whole basket. I think what obviously like a lot of the writers of the show that made the show popular like left, but I know there's still appeal to new Simpsons. It's just it is a different appeal. And it's probably like fewer and far between. Like I remember seeing one sequence that was like a Studio Ghibli reference, and it was like really well animated. So it's like they still got people on the show doing stuff, trying to be creative. And fucking Jacob Geller has a whole video about a couch gag and specifically about the artist who did the couch gag. And like their body of work and how it sort of ties to the Simpsons through their couch gag, and it's a bit cynical towards the Simpsons, but it's like it's still a part of the Simpsons. Anyway, I'm gonna do push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Phone ringing? No, I feel like no. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, so yeah, it's just like it's like a lot of TV tropes terminology and this terminology like it ends up not being that helpful. Like if I have to explain what jump the shark means when I use the term jump the shark, then is it like again that's why I brought up Mary Sue earlier because it's like I have a personal definition of Mary Sue, but people generally use it. It's like the opposite of waifu. Waifu generally means female character that I like. Mary Sue generally means female character that I don't like. That's really it. But that's why it's not really helpful, right? Because Rey from Star Wars is a Mary Sue. Oh, Korra is Mary Sue. Like, you just don't like these characters. Like that doesn't tell me anything about because I don't know. My definition of Mary Sue was always like not always, but like from TV tropes actually, because it had various definitions like Auntie Sue and Villain Stew and Gary Stew and Mary Sue. And I remember specifically the Auntie Sue one I thought was interesting because the idea with that was like it's the idea of a writer who trying to desperately avoid making a Mary Sue. They make a character, they're ugly, they're they have all these other flaws and stuff, but they're ultimately like still liked by the people around them, and they still just kind of don't have conflict in their narrative. Like they're still perfect in a way, and that's the Auntie Sue. And I remember that kind of being my takeaway about what a Mary Sue kind of like would be, I guess, in this amateur works. Like that's in the original fan fiction based on the description. I never read it, but I know that it is a Star Trek fan fiction that introduces a character called Mary Sue, who like she joins the crew, she gets trapped with them, she reveals she's Spock's half sister, she solves the conflict immediately, right? Like Mary Sue's just kind of feel like they're characters generally written by amateurs that end up having no real meaningful interesting conflict because like that's the perfect part, right? It's not that like they just don't have issues in the narrative necessarily, and like the like some other facets are like they're hated by if they're hated by a character, that character's probably evil and everyone else just likes them. Like again, there's no conflict there necessarily because everyone just agrees with them. Like I remember in a roleplay, someone signed up with a character who had a twin brother, and the twin brother just had the exact same fighting style, but no devil fruit. I mean, it wasn't a devil fruit; it was a divine fruit. It was a special devil fruit, but that wasn't a devil fruit, and because it was a mess. But and like they just had like they didn't have a sibling dynamic, or like the brother was just the attachment to the main guy who, and it was like it just wasn't interesting character writing, right? So it's like that's when I think of when I think of Mary Sue, but like that doesn't fucking apply to Korra. She has conflict. She has people in the world who disagree with her who aren't evil. I'm sure she grows. I've only seen season one. You know, Rey from Star Wars. I saw the two of those movies. I didn't think. I don't know. Whatever. People are dumb. Fans are dumb. Stop talking about art. Everyone's wrong except for me. No. Thank you for the conversation, everybody. Appreciate it. To Tanya, especially, because you were very active. But you have a number one crown on you for some reason. I don't understand. YouTube. It was number two earlier, and at first it was LUT. Maybe it's number one person in chat. Who's just being most active. Okay. All right. I'm gonna poke around the strategy guide and try and find out what I'm supposed to do. And where I'm supposed to go, because I really need to open that king's door, and then I need to find out how to open that other door beyond it. But I think I made some good progress though. And then I got stuck in an area by jumping off a thing that I wasn't supposed to jump off of, and ending up at a dead end. Yeah, and especially like. See, like Titania, I know you have a lot of problems with a lot of female characters, especially in things that we both like. But I also like what I kind of coming back to is like, like is it like that female characters are written badly because, you know, I mean, part of it is patriarchy, but also like when people are really angry about female characters, like we're still having fucking Sakura and Orihiva discourse. It's like, I don't know how much of that is this in turn the sexism from the people doing the reading, like with like so I don't know. It's just it's sticky. But anyway, that's a subject for another time. But yeah, anyway, thanks for I say like a side of you guy said earlier, Saturday is gonna be nuts because I'm gonna be finishing the main story of Mass Effect Archives Rain Code, and just from the I know the what. I think I have a good idea of what is going on, but I have no fucking idea why. Why did the fucking things happen? All right, so yeah, I'll see you guys Saturday. That should be fun. My butt's ready for a 4 or 5 hour stream. I'm probably gonna make lunch beforehand and then just fucking send it. Just do like a 10-minute intermission, like, hey, I got a sandwich. But anyway, all right, I got some shopping to do. Okay, thanks everybody. I will see you guys next time.